In today's video, we're going to be taking a look here at the tropics, diving into the upcoming pattern. As always, we do have some nor'easters and some storms across the central states coming up in the next 10 days that we need to speak of. And also some big temperature flips. We've obviously been in a very cold pattern that looks to continue for a little bit here. We will see a warm up towards the end of the model run, but we do have some long-term suggestions that we will be seeing more cold on the way for November perhaps. So we're going to be talking about all of that within this video. Before we do, be sure to check out Prestige Weather in the description and pinned comment down below. We do early access to all of our monthly and seasonal outlooks, also weekly consulting calls. It's only $5 a month and it is in the description and pinned comment down below. As we take a look here at the tropics, what we see is Tropical Depression Sean, still a tropical depression narrowly. And then we have our area of disturbance here where we've actually gone down 10%. So that is interesting for sure. Usually you don't see them come back down on this. But over the next 7 days, we have an 80% chance of development. As of yesterday, we had a 90. So this has gone down slightly. And then over the next 48 hours, we have a 40% chance of development. So that has gone up by 10%, I believe, or maybe maintained at that 40%. But we will be continuing to watch this one. It has not developed yet, though, obviously. Now, as we take a look here at Tropical Depression Sean, we can see that this one is expected to become a post-tropical cyclone, and this one will fizzle out before tomorrow night, so we do expect this one to come to an end. As we take a look here at the upcoming pattern, it is very obvious that we have a colder pattern in the east and a warmer pattern out west. That remains the fact. We do have this kind of cold and dreary weather around here for a lot of the east, cloudy in most areas, some rainfall this morning, and overall colder than what's typical. So this is certainly looking to be the story here as it has been for a couple days. We expect it to continue for a couple more as well. Now, as we go ahead and we're just going to move this forward here, towards tomorrow afternoon on Monday, what we see is this cold, dreary weather has kind of pushed eastward a little bit. We see some showery conditions, some cloudy conditions, and overall much colder than it has been. Over the northwest and the southwest of Canada here, we have heavier precipitation taking place, 1001 millibar low pressure center over British Columbia, and this is certainly going to be a pretty common occurrence here over the upcoming pattern. We've seen this for a while now, and it looks to continue. Now, as we go ahead, and what we're going to do is dive in here to the day following. So Tuesday on the 17th, we see that during the afternoon, we have some showers around for Montana and North Dakota. Same story here for the kind of mid-Atlantic into the northeast here as we're buffering right now. So we're going to continue to talk about this. Here we go. So we can see that the cold is diving southward still, though, throughout this time period, so we do expect that to continue for a little bit. Let's keep going towards Wednesday, October 18th, and by this point we can see for the upper Midwest, Northern Plains, Ohio Valley, we have quite a bit of this showery and sprinkly activity for the most part. And this is actually going to dive in with a second cool down. We have a very strong positive PNA right here, and what this is doing is this warmth is building for that area, and the cold is diving southward in the east. So we see something of this nature taking place. Colder air here in the east, warmer air in the west there, and this continues. So let's take a look at Friday here, and as you can see, by Friday afternoon on October 20th, we have heavier precipitation now building in the east. 1002 here, we are going to see some more nor'easter activity there along the eastern seaboard here, and as you can see, by Saturday afternoon, we have a 993 millibar low pressure center there offshore of the mid-Atlantic. So the 21st here, looking very cold and very stormy as we have a jet stream pattern like this. And in this type of situation, you can expect a lot of very cold air to be funneling in here to the eastern states. Lots of rainfall, lots of wind, and much quieter out west is the theme here. Let's take this towards Sunday afternoon and look at how far this low pressure system has dropped in pressure. 974 millibar low pressure center is an extremely strong storm, and this brings a very widespread heavy rainfall and probably very, very strong winds with it as well. Now, as we keep going, let's take this towards Monday, October 23rd, and what we actually see here is a trough in the west, ridge in the east, and this is building in through this area, cold air diving southward here. And that is the theme here by this point. Some snowfall over the Rockies, rainfall happening throughout the northern plains. That continues there for quite a while. By Tuesday here on the 24th of October, we have a lot of storms building in for a lot of these areas. So we see showers across the northern plains and upper Midwest, south central states as well. We're seeing quite a bit of this. Now by Wednesday, we only get to Wednesday morning, we can see some very strong storm systems building in through the central states. And I'm going to be curious to see if this low takes over as the primary low and we see more of a cold front type situation, and we could start to see some cold air falling in behind this as the warm air is surging to the north out ahead of it, indicative of this warm front here. That could be what brings back the cold air in the east as we reach the end of October. Let's take a look here at the total precipitation. A couple of areas to pinpoint here is going to be the northwest, where we have some above average activity. Same story for Texas, Oklahoma, and into Kansas and Missouri. And then along the eastern seaboard, we see here for a lot of the mid-Atlantic and into the northeast, a lot of heavy rainfall taking place there. Now, total snowfall here, we could see anywhere from a dusting to a few inches, maybe even 6 to 10 and 10 inches plus there in the pinks. So we're starting to see the northwest get going. We always start winter with seeing them see snowfall, and then it starts to spread to other areas. And sure enough, that's what we're seeing here. So we have plenty of that snowfall taking place. Let's take a look at the temperature pattern. We can see that cold in the east, but this warm air moves in quickly, and by late this week, so Wednesday, Thursday timeframe, we have warmer air overall. Colder air starts to take back over, especially Sunday into Monday. That's going to be the 22nd into the 23rd. And then by the time we're reaching Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe, 24th, 25th, we actually get a full flip of this PNA, which stands for Pacific North American Oscillation there. And what we see is some cooler temperatures along the west, warmer temperatures surging northward in the east, as you can see. This is the overall theme here for the late pattern in this model run. As we take a look at the long range outlook, though, as you can see, we get warmth here for the 26th through the 31st in the east and cold out west. But look at the 1st through the 6th. We flip right back to cooler temperatures in the east here that you can see, and a little bit more of some signs of some warmth in the west, indicative of a positive PNA. And as we just keep going, we really see a lot of that continue, especially here as we reach towards late November. Very warm here in the west, very cold here in the east overall. Anyway, we're going to keep you guys updated with all of the tropics, all of the storms, and all of this air masses, these temperatures, both the cold and the warmth. We're going to be keeping you guys up to date. We do upload every single day, so be sure to subscribe for more daily uploads just like this one. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload, so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.